It's the Carolina Hockey Minute. Canes win 6-3 at home over the Nashville Predators. Jackson Blake takes over.
It went from a dominant first to a pretty dominant second to a pretty good third.
Great game.
It was a great game all around. Took the foot off the gas a little bit in the second. Took it a little bit farther off the gas in the third. Cost them a few goals. But when you got 6 on the board, you got some to spare.
Jackson Blake basically scored the first one tonight. It technically went off Taylor Hall's skate. Ehlers gets a goal in the first. Carrier with a nice goal in the first period. This is the start we're looking for. And you could say, why don't we score this much with Anderson in net? Boosie had to make a pretty good save. It was behind him to start the game, if you remember that save.
I mean, he ended up with an 875, which is...
I like the saves in the first period that I saw from him. He wasn't too busy.
The first and the second, I mean, the second he was kicking stuff out of the net and rolling around, and he was all over the place. They worked him more in the second than they did in the first, and then in the third, especially that third goal they scored, there wasn't nothing they could do about that.
No.
That was a cross in front, and then I think it was the second goal, the guy did the little deke and then threw it between his legs, or played it between his legs with the stick, and then,
might have been their third.
And he was way out, he was in front, he was alone, and he had time. That was bad on the defense to have that happen.
So, it's 3-0 after the first. That's the start you're looking for on home ice. Nashville took so many penalties tonight. I think it was 4 in the first period. And then in the second, Jackson Blake scores his second of the evening. 2
power play goals. We went 2 for 6, 33%.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
When your power play is this bad, you can't ask for perfection.
Take what you get.
Nashville was 1 for 2 tonight. 1 for 3, excuse me. So we didn't take a whole lot of penalties. Nashville was undisciplined, and we took advantage of that, scoring power play goals. And then it's 4-0, and the game's probably over already. But just to top it off to start the third period, Aho on the breakaway, which was good to see because he hasn't been scoring those.
He did. You watched the replay. He wasn't looking around for anybody else. He didn't care who was there. He was focused on that shot.
He knew what he was doing, and even after he scored, it was all business-like. He was just focused.
He was dialed in.
So at that point, it's 5-0, and we could discuss the third, and maybe you will, but I'm not going to be overly critical because the game's over at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, honestly, I figured they gave him those goals so they could hope they'd pull the goalie and Jackson could get a hat trick.
Right.
That's really what it was.
Nashville not pulling the goalie 6-3 late did surprise us.
Really came surprised because, especially in that third, they were holding it in so well.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the pressure on us, and I bet you anything, if that one play that we thought was icing that seemed to have stopped right before it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, about 5:30 left, yeah.
Right. If that had been an icing, then you should have pulled your goaltender because they'd have been tired, and you were having pressure. I think that would have been the right time to do it. But because it wasn't, then it was another minute and a half before the next stoppage. At that point, they just kind of conceded, I guess.
Even with them out shooting us in the third, total shots tonight, 41-24 for Carolina. Just a dominant performance on home ice. No two ways around it.
4-7 and 13 each period for them. I mean, what goaltender doesn't want a team that's going to hold the shots to 4 up here? And I mean, apart from Freddie Anderson letting in the first shot on the net every time, but.
Defense is healthy. Team getting, team outside of Slavin. KK's back tonight. Miller back as well.
Yep, and Slavin practicing in a regular jersey. It's good to hear.
Yeah,
we're getting close.
We're on the cusp of getting a full roster back. Kachekov probably also getting closer.
Yeah, for anybody who watches the game and listens to this, that might be our Christmas gift this year. There's a full healthy Hurricanes team.
Jacob Slavin healthy for Christmas is all I want.
That's right.
Some of the negatives to talk about tonight, really the only one I'm going to dwell on, these faceoffs are a problem.
They are a problem. Logan Stankoven's not turning out to be...
He was 1 for 8 on faceoffs, Stankoven was when we looked earlier. That line killed it tonight, no doubt about it, though.
He won some more because he was at 13% when I pointed out earlier. We ended at 23.
Okay.
But the only person who finished above 50% was Martin, who got 100.
So, faceoffs continuing to be an issue here.
Jarvis didn't win any of his faceoffs. Stankoven lost well over the majority of his. KK ended up losing a couple more at the end. Hall lost some. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, that was my least favorite thing tonight was the face-offs, but if we're going to score 6, I really don't care at this point.
I would also like to see the PK be able to stand up to it. We did take 3, but I would like the PK to hold up for that.
Worth mentioning, a good moment in tonight's game. The boom, Nikishin, big
Oh, my
hit,
God,
man.
what a hit.
One of the best hits of the year.
Oh, and I mean, I can't forget about Jackson Blake's goal he scored at the end. That was a beauty.
Yeah, Nikishin's hit combined with Jackson Blake's highlight reel goal. It was a really good game to go to as a fan of the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. One of the best of the year.
Well, they ended up not giving Stankoven an assist on that Blake goal. I thought they would, because Stankoven took the initial shot, and then Ehlers got it back, and then Blake got it, and then he ended up shooting, or maybe it was Ehlers. I don't remember how it went, but I know that Stankoven was involved in it, and I thought for sure he would get a point on that. Oh well, we'll just get the one assist tonight.
His two line mates were first and second star tonight, Jackson Blake and Ehlers. Bussy, third star. And that's a Carolina Hurricanes win, a win they needed on home ice versus a Predators team below 500. Let's just call it what it is.
I mean, the next two teams you play are not in great positions.
Tomorrow versus the Sharks, 5 p.m.
That's going to be
who's going to be in net?
I mean,
you really hope that Kochekov's healthy.
Yeah, it's either going to be Freddie or Kochekov. No
Bussy.
I can't imagine that you would.
Because of that third?
Well, not only just because of the third, but
I'm tempted to do it.
I'm not. You know Rod Brendamore's not. Rod Brendamore's going to put Freddie in net if Kochekov is ready, he'll put Kochekov in because he needs to play.
Which I would love to see.
And if he's not, he'll put Freddie in. It's 100% what he'll do. That's Rod Brendamore. It's what he does. Now, if Kochek or Freddie's in, he loses that game.
Tomorrow.
Game after that, Kochekov is ready. Comes back for Columbus, has a really great game. Then you consider running. You let Freddie set a little bit and get his head right. You know, give him a little bit of a break. I mean, he's lost 6 in a row.
If Anderson starts tomorrow, he needs to win.
Yeah, Anderson's getting into that must-win position. He needs to win a couple because you're not winning on the road. You're not winning at home. You've lost 6 in a row. I don't think you've won a single game this month.
Does any part of him sit on the bench and say, "Oh, tonight they're scoring 5 goals"? Sitting over there watching.
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree with him. The last 2 times he was in there, we only scored 1.
That's why I alluded to that goal behind Bussy to start the game 3 minutes in when it's 0-0. The puck behind Bussy laying in the crease, and he sweeped it away from the goal line and kept it tied. Mm-hmm. Whereas Anderson might kick that in, and you're down 1-0 to start this one.
The difference is that Bushi's not letting in 1-shot, 1 goals. They're scoring on him, but they're scoring like, stuff like that, through the legs and sweeping it in kind of stuff. Crosses are going in on him. He's not facing anybody one-on-one.
He doesn't give away break. He doesn't give up breakaway goals.
He makes the big saves when our defense falls.
Right.
Now, when they're walking all over us, that's just no goaltender's going to stop all that eventually.
Tell you.
But I mean, in the last game, Freddie, that one of those goals, I mean, you want it back bad. It was such a bad one to let in.
If it's me, I'll just say I'm telling Bussy to ice up because you're back in the crease tomorrow at 5. We're rolling with you, kid. You're one of the 3 stars again tonight. Is it worth it? Probably not. I don't know.
I don't do that. He likes his veterans.
I agree.
And he's going to play his veteran goaltender.
There we have it.
That's it.
Likely wouldn't have mattered who was in net tonight because the Canes scored 6 and they probably could have had more if they needed to in the third period.
Yeah, they looked good. They really did. Except for that little, like I said, that little bit in the second.
Yeah.
Probably 2-3 shifts. And then a pretty decent chunk in the third, probably. But, you're down 6, 5-0. They're going to turn it on. Turn it on as hard as they can. And they did. And they got some goals out of it.
Yes, sir. Let's give a shout out to the Greensboro Gargoyles. I always forget before we go. They lost last night 3-1, and they lose tonight 3-1 as well. I didn't know what the score was when I checked it. I knew they were behind.
Best team in the league right now.
They're playing the best team in the league.
And they're on the road, so.
And the Gargoyles don't score a whole lot of goals.
Apparently not.
No. All right. Anything else, my friend?
I'm sure there is, but I'll remember it 5 minutes after we stop.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Until next time, go Canes.